Hi everyone, this is coming to you from Education for All. We are still on trigonometric identities. The next question we have here, we are asked to prove this relationship. We are asked to prove that the sine square x cos squared y minus cos squared x sine squared y is equivalent to, you see 3 lines, it means equivalent to sine squared x minus sine squared y. So what we have on the right hand side, just sine. So they want us to eliminate the cosine here, because you see your proof is asking you just sine squared x minus sine squared y. And here you have a mixture, sine x cos y, cos x sine y. So that tells you that we have to eliminate the cosine, because there's no cosine here. So that's the first thing that should come to your mind. The proof is asking us to show this is equivalent to this. But when you look at this function here, you only have sine, no cosine. So we have to get rid of cosines. Function. So how do you go about it? How? Now, that is just the trick. You see here, there is no cosine, but here there is sine. There is cosine, sine mixed. So try to use the identity functions you have here, what you are given here, yeah, to use this to arrive at this answer here. And how do you go about it? Is trying to eliminate the cosine function. There is no cosine here, there is cosine here. So this is the trick. Try to get rid of these two. So how do you go about it? Now you know sine squared x, I want to get rid of the cosine here. But what is cos squared y? From here, if you want cos squared x, you want to make this as the subject of the formula. So I just bring this sine squared x over the equality sign. So now it's going to be 1 minus sine squared x. That will give you cos x. We'll do the same thing here. So this is going to be 1 minus sine squared y. Cosine is gone. Yeah? So now we have this our minus sign. Again, we don't want the cosine here. So that one again will be 1 minus sine squared x. Mind you, y, x, don't forget. And multiply everything by sine squared y. Right? So you can see there is no cosine function again in the equation. So all we need to do now is to expand, or we distribute x sine x squared, sine y squared. Distribute, do the distribution here. So we multiply everything. So now you will have sine squared x times 1 is just sine squared, minus sine squared x times sine squared y. So you're going to have sine squared x multiplied by sine squared y. Okay? Minus sine squared y times 1. So you're going to be sine squared y. Mind you, this minus sign, you have minus sign, you have minus sign here. Yeah? Multiply this by this. Now we are going to multiply this by this. I could have put it at the front here so that it looks simpler. Sine squared y. Take it off from here. So sine squared y is equals to this. Yeah? So now you have minus. Minus, minus. So this will give you plus already. Minus times minus. So sine squared y times sine squared x. So again, you are going to have sine squared, whatever comes first. Sine squared x, sine squared y. So you can now see that sine squared x minus sine squared x times sine squared y plus sine squared x times sine squared y. So this is minus plus, so this and this will cancel. It's that just like having 1 minus 1, because these are the same thing. This is sine squared x sine squared y, sine squared x sine squared y is 1 minus 1, 0. So what you have now is minus this sine squared y. So you will do this mathematics when you reach to the end of a proof. It asks to prove something, you reach to the end, you just put this square box. So now we have sine squared x minus sine squared y, sine squared x minus sine squared y is proven. Yeah, just by simply using the trigonometric functions we have. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.